test. Alright, here we go. Hello everybody, it is I, BoneCanoe86, and I'm here to present to you a brand new Let's Play of Civ 5. Now, what I'm going to do here is start a Let's Play featuring a giant Earth, because I've played many games on this game, or this map. It's a lot of fun, and we are going to do it now. So, let's load up the mod. Now there's a lot of things you can do here, including some specialty options. For instance, you know, some interesting things here is Phosphorus Strait is a sea. That is a real landform, or I should say water form, separating Europe from Asia Minor in Turkey. And this definitely changes how it's presented in the game, and there's a lot of interesting things like that. Only Native American means that America and Brazil will not appear. Well, it says that. And everything else, though, is pretty regular. So we're going to make sure that everything is the way we want it. Giant Earth, which is truly giant. Emperor, difficulty, epic pace. Everything else standard. As many city-states as we can get, because we're going to have 22 civilizations. It's going to be nuts. Now, I have decided that I shall be playing as the fearless nation of Russia. So where are they? There we go. I'm pretty sure I've played Russia in a Civ 4 Let's Play from years back, but who cares? We're playing Russia again. We're going to be in Russia's historical location in Europe. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And basically we're going to get 22 out of the 40-odd civs. Pretty much anyone who ever existed in Civ has their spot on the map. So some areas like Europe and oftentimes the Middle East are going to be extremely crowded. Whereas other areas such as Central Asia, maybe North America, parts of Africa, those are going to be wide open, so it's going to be quite interesting. So let's just start this up, shall we? Start up our Russia game. Takes a little while to load because this is pretty hardcore. Indeed. That's right. Russians are pretty tough. Mm-hmm.
Will you lead your people once more into greatness? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
Very nice. Okay. Well, being a Russian, we get Cossacks, but that's not going to be until quite later in the game. We get the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Krepost? Krepost? I was going to say Krepost. And it's their version of barracks. Pretty rad. And it lets you buy tiles pretty easily. And also, any strategic resources like horses or iron, any of this stuff, is going to give us production, and it's going to give us double quantity, so that's pretty good. Alright, just a little alt-tabbing action for a second. Yep. We are starting. The only way I can get this game to be recorded is with a monitor capture, so I'm sorry, you're just going to have to deal with that. So, we're going to found Moscow on spot. And as you can see, we're already going to grow. And because it's a huge map, it's very important to build a scout first, because there's a lot out there. We want to see what's going on. This warrior, we're going to keep close. And I think that starting off with pottery is almost always the best bet. So yeah, growing into that deer is going to be extremely helpful for us. Also, before we forget, I just wanted to point out that I've decided to make this Let's Play consist of very long videos. I'm aiming for 45 minutes to an hour in every video. And if you think that's pretty long, and that's too long for you, then either watch it in pieces, scrub through it, just skip to see what's happening, or just don't watch at all. Whatever suits you the most, Oh, hi, Riga. Because Civ is a game where a lot happens, but over a long period of time, so it might be worth it just to sort of chill out, sit back with me, play some Civ, relax. But if you're just more curious in seeing action and seeing what happens, I'm not going to be offended if you just want to scrub through every episode to try to find the best parts. And if that's not interesting to you, if you don't want to watch at all, well, that's fine too. But one of the main reasons I'm doing this Let's Play, apart from the fact that I just love this game and I love playing it, is that I like to make videos, and when I get into a video making mode, I like to make a lot of videos. I have my Sims 2 Let's Play going, but if I keep hammering away at that at full speed, people are going to get a little bit unable to catch up, So I need sort of a second thing going at the same time. And this is that thing. Oh, look at all this. Look at how professional this is. Oh, well. So, that's another reason. And also, another reason on top of all those reasons is I like to sort of cut loose and just get real casual and just chat about whatever's on my mind and get into discussions about things. And with the constant action of The Sims 2, there's always something that needs to be done. There's not much time just to sit back and chat. But in this game, there is that amount of time. So I think that's rather good for us. So anyway, let's see what's going on here. We found ruins. We've equipped ourselves with spears that we found. Very important. We're going to build a monument next. I want to build 3 scouts. And the reason for that is this map is huge. And the more scouts we have going out, the more other civilizations we can find, the more ruins we can find, just the more stuff in general we can find. So I want to send 1 scout into Europe, 1 scout down into Africa, and 1 scout over into Asia. And keep in mind, being the real map that this is, the real world map, all these places are actually where they should be. Alright, so we're going to keep a close eye on what our city's doing, but that's fine. It's the best we can get until we expand into that slot. In fact, we could probably buy it, but then again, we're going to grow it into it in 8 turns anyway. But then again, every turn is pretty critical. We have some resources down here. Might be not a bad place to build a city. It's hard to tell just from what we know, but I think that Rostov-on-Don might be down there. Yes, I actually have a friend who is a professional historian who specializes in Russia. So, it's pretty good stuff. I've always meant to, look into, Russian literature a little bit, just because of how well regarded it is, and, being the kind of person I am, I almost feel that some depressing Russian novels can be good for the soul, for me at least. Okay, hi Bucharest. Well, someone's already met you, so someone's pretty close by. And since it is Europe, which is the most crowded place in this game, there's undoubtedly going to be a lot of people over there. So one thing I like about the position of Russia in this game is that basically we have the wilderness on one side and we have a lot of people on the other. Oh, hi, Poland. Poland might be okay, or they might be a big pain in the ass. We don't know yet, but we're going to have to keep our eye on them. Of course, since we are in playing on Emperor difficulty, they start out with a big advantage in tech. Look at that. They have 6 and we have 1. It's going to be rough starting out, but with enough determination and the Russian spirit, I'm determined that we can find them. Alright. Let's just go ahead and buy that. Get that little boost going, and then we'll have other tiles to buy in the future. Alright, but let's send this guy into Europe, because the reason I want to find Europe first is because once countries grow enough and settle enough cities, it's really hard to get through their borders before you get civil service and can make rights of passage treaties, or I guess it's called open borders in this game. So we're going to be trying to get through there first to discover as much of Europe as we can before we send a scout into Asia. But yeah, let's go up a little bit. Yeah, Poland's up there. We know they are. We don't really need to poke around there too much. However, I do want to keep the spearmen lurking around because it looks pretty peaceful, but don't let that fool you. Barbarians are going to be spawning any minute now. We found another buddy over there. Find out who they are. So yeah, luxury resources can be a bit sparse, but I do think I know where I want to settle, which is down here because of all that good stuff. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, in. Right there. That's where I want to be, I think. As far as expanding east or west, it's kind of harder to tell just yet. There's Prague, because if we get too close to Poland, I mean, it's almost guaranteed that Poland is going to really crowd up on us in no time at all, because Poland just loves to do that. They're jerks that way. By the way, I've named my footstool Poland. I don't know why I did that, or why I feel like telling you that, because like I don't name anything. I didn't name my car, I didn't name my computer, nothing like that, but my footstool is Poland, so deal with it. I guess that's my message. Okay. Continue poking around here in the endless woods. Oh, hi, Portugal. We've skipped right through Europe and met Portugal. However, we probably met their scout. There's not really any use trading at this point in the game because they have nothing. No one has anything to trade. By the way, in a game with 22 people, getting your own religion is going to be a bit tricky. Okay. But let's go over here. Oh, hi, France. Okay. And Greece. Oh, you bastards. Greece are dicks. They take all your city-states away from you. Ally with them. But, oh well. And it looks like that archer was probably once a scout, which means that they already found an encampment and upgraded their crap. But yeah, we are going to be looking around here. Oh man, and this is where decision making comes into play, because do I want to explore more, or do I want to start building some stuff? Well, scout only takes 7 turns. I think maybe we want to get a shrine to get our what's it called, Pantheon, and then we want to get a scout, and then we want more protection, and then we want to explore more. And then I think we want to get our city growing faster after all that stuff is built. I like to do this. I like to plan out in ridiculous detail what I'm going to do. Sometimes it comes back to bite me in the butt. But fact is, these can always be changed. So, not a terrible idea altogether. Poland is protecting Prague. Alright, you keep going west. I'm getting the feeling that Germany is not in our game. This is another possible settlement area. Yeah, up here somewhere is where St. Petersburg is, IRL. And it's actually a really good site to build on, especially when it comes to food. So, Europe might be more sparse than I anticipate. Oh, look. Brute. We got brutes going on. Alright, so it's begun. The endless war that we're going to be fighting against barbarians from now until the end of time has begun. Oh, hi, Rome. How are you? You're pretty far north. Do you have 2 cities already? No. Oh, that's Venice. That's not Rome. Okay. Venice, of course, will annex city-states, but I don't know. I definitely see stupid old Greece as being more of a jerk for that. So Rome's down there. I just met his warrior. So yeah, we'll see who else is around Europe, and then we'll swing this guy back along the north. It's going to be hard going this way to see who's in Scandinavia or the British Isles, because sometimes you'll get England, sometimes you'll get the Celts. Yes, that's right. I said Celts. You're going to have to deal with it. And sometimes you get both, and sometimes neither. So anyway, it's time to pick our policy, and I tend to, well, in these maps, accepting 1 honor is absolutely essential. Now, it's very tricky being tradition and liberty, but since we are in such a big map, I'm thinking going liberty would actually be a fine choice for us. So we're going to do that, and with our very next policy, we are going to get a 1 honor, because that has 2 great benefits. Number 1, it buffs your chances against barbarians, which is very important, as you're just absolutely swarmed with barbarians on these maps. And number 2, it shows you where encampments are, so that makes it very easy to go barbarian hunting. This one has a pantheon already? Okay. This one's got God King, God's Protection, Desert Folklore. We're probably not going to get any of those, so it's not a big deal. Spearmen. There's a lot of crap out here, guys, but we're going to get fighting in rough terrain. That seems to be better. But we might have to retreat a little bit to heal. That's the thing that happens in this game, or in this world. You tend to get dogpiled by various barbarians, so that's why I tend to want to send them out in 2s and 3s. So once we get our initial stuff all set up, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wanting to arm up a little bit, because it's dangerous, you know. It's dangerous out here in the woods. But I think it's more fun to be out here than it is to be crammed away. Oh, look, horses. And we are going to grow into it. Excellent. And remember, Russia gets that great benefit. So let's do archery next for, for protection. We're heading down to the Iberian Peninsula, but we're going to send you back here to heal before we spank that camp. Oh man. Hey, Greeks are exploring. It's pretty good. And I believe that's right, that's Spain. Well, Spain and Portugal have to share the Iberian Peninsula. And it's usually Portugal that goes nuts with settling, so expect to see Portuguese cities in all sorts of strange places. They just love to do that. Alright. By the way, we have to remember to save often. I mean, I have the autosave set for every 10 turns, but sometimes it's better just to manually save so that you know that you did. Okay. I don't like to accept this because sure it gives you gold now, but it means you're going to have to pay gold if you want an embassy in the future, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So I just sort of wait until I get writing on my own before I worry about that. Alright, but yeah, the more Iberian Peninsula, so we know that's a dead end. That's one thing playing on a giant world map. If you have any kind of like geographical knowledge, you're going to know where things are, so you're going to know where to explore or not. Because if this was like a random map, I would be like, maybe this opens up onto a big more landmass over there, but not in this case. So yeah, Moscow is going to be a pretty sweet city by the looks of it. I might actually rethink where I want my city down here because there is good stuff here, but there might be good stuff over there. We're going to send our next scout in that direction, because also you want to get your scout into Africa as quick as you can, because, well, if the Suez Peninsula or the Sinai Peninsula is a tight squeeze, so if somebody like the Egyptians are there and they build a city there, you're just not going to get into Africa until you get optics. So that's going to close you out. But yeah, I'm guessing no Germany, no Austria. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to tell for sure whether we have England in this game or not, but we can at least poke our head in. Yeah, fat chance of getting any gold right now, Bucharest. We're pretty early on in this thing, and no one has money, least of all me. And money is going to be a continually difficult thing, because we are going to have... Oh, look, we do have England. But yeah, we're going to have lots of barbarians to fight. See, I was going to fight these guys, but now these guys are swarming me, so we're going to be feuding out in the forests. So we are going to be getting a free worker at some point, although keeping him safe is going to be a big pain in the butt. Okay, how about you just hold tight there and see if they attack you. But yeah, the scouts, there's going to be a lot of running away going on when it comes to scouting. Alright, how much money do we have? One of the least amount of people, but you can see there are 22 people, so we have a lot of people left to meet. It's going to be nuts. Alright. So there's France. They're hanging out. I'm sure they're enjoying being French and all that. Yes, apparently, allegedly, I have some French ancestry, like 2% or something. It's in there. It's just not very much. Why don't you strike at this guy? Because barbarians act weird in this game. Sometimes they'll attack you suicidally. Sometimes they'll run away from you. They'll never heal, though, so any damage you do to them is damage that they are not going to recover. But sometimes they'll dogpile on you like this, but we're well too safe. See? He's suiciding himself. There was no need for him to do that. Alright, we are going to give him more strength in rough terrain, because there's a lot more rough terrain than there is smooth terrain, especially in this area. I want to see if I can get as close as I can to England. Alright, here's where we get our one honor. And this is the only honor that we're going to get most likely. And that's going to give us a lot of firepower against these damn barbs. By the way, let's keep an eye on our capital. Yeah, we've got pretty good things going on here. Got pretty good production. And we're going to get archery in one turn. which means I'm probably going to want to interrupt the order I have to build an archer. Prague seeks Greece. So pretty much if we find Greece, we get points. We get friendship points. We get relationship points if this was The Sims. Okay, If I put that city where I was going to, we get a lot of benefits. Water access. We have these bison. And we have this copper. We have that dyes. We don't have that horses, so that's the one point. But we could still get it if we decide to settle west, but that's really close to Poland. And they get antsy, so maybe not. Are we going to need mining anytime soon? I'm thinking probably not. It's going to be, given where we are, it's not going to be a priority, so let's see. We want trapping for camps. And we're going to have our first worker relatively soon, but then again, maybe we want writing just to be able to make those embassies. Yeah, let's go writing first. Then we'll go trapping. Then we'll swing back and pick up mining. Alright. And then after that, I think we'll get to bronze working. Pretty important. And then sailing, then calendar, then the wheel, then masonry, in that order. If there's a compelling need to change any of that, we will. But for now, it's a-okay. Yeah, let's be friends. I pretty much try to make friends with anyone who wants in the beginning of the game, because that's a way to dissuade people from trying to attack you. Now let's see if we can say hi to England. I know you're there, but we're going to remain strangers for now. I guess that's alright. Alright, so you sneak your way down here. You're going to head on towards the Middle East. Oh, but if I put you there, you're going to miss those horses too. Tough choices, man. And also, this won't necessarily be a great spot for production. Huh. Well, you will get some production from these camps and from the copper. And we could make these fields. Or we could keep some of these forests, rather. It's difficult, man. That's the thing about this game. You get so many... Deciding where it builds cities is stressful, I think. And to be completely honest, this is going to sound completely nuts, but I actually sometimes play as Venice just because I don't want the stress of picking out the best spot for cities. It's like, well, the city's there. Speaking of Venice, yeah, we'll be friends. We'll all be friends together. But yeah, oh yeah, Venice, Portugal, and I are all buddies. Oh man, if my Russian historian friend were here, he'd be able to tell me if and when that kind of alliance ever happened in real life. I mean, the Republic of Venice lasted a very, very long time. And maybe they made an alliance with Russia at one point. Maybe Portugal was on the same side of things as Russia. Also, it's hard to tell. Now we're going to send him through the Caucasus, which is actually an extremely tight spot here. Oh yeah, we are building a warrior. And actually, we can let all that stuff build, but then we're going to build a archer. And then after that, we'll decide what we're doing. And do we build our... Yeah, we build our shrine, so... Hopefully we're going to get some form of pantheon. Although, with the number of nations in the world, the only way we get a pantheon might be to luck upon a faith-producing site. Because look at all that stuff we get. Food from camps, that's one I might have wanted. I think there's a production from camps, though. Or a +1 production. Yeah, it's very difficult. So, I'm not too hopeful about my ability to get a Pantheon, but you never know. Alright, and we're increasing our armed forces right now, so let's see, can we make any caravan routes yet? We can get to Riga. Doesn't give us much, but we can do it. They're afraid of us, but we're not going to... Oh look, they want to destroy that barbarian encampment. Well, so do I. We have that in common. So, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, I think we need that archer. And then by that point, I think we'll be ready for a caravan. So, sneak your way through. Hey, Byzantines. It's nice to see you. Don't mind you at all. For now. Okay, we're gonna send this guy up here to campaign with them, but I'm sure that, like, bad dudes are gonna end up in our capital before long. Yeah, I thought we were friends, but we're definitely friends now. Oh look, the Polish are already kind of antsy towards us, so I think it's pretty important to stay on our guard because Poland might be coming for us one of these days, so we gotta be vigilant. Although, I think trading with them will actually help. Yeah, no Germany in our world. No Netherlands either. Usually you get one or the other, or sometimes both. But not this time. Alright, making our way down through the Caucasus. Okay. And the Portuguese want to just chat. The turns are happening very fast right now, but don't expect that to last by any means. And Denmark actually doesn't spawn on the Danish peninsula. They actually spawn over here next to Sweden. So we'll be able to find out sooner or later if they spawn. And now we're making our way into the Middle East, so could be fun. Alright, you head up there. Our city is growing quite quickly. We kind of went off that spot, but they do value growth over anything. But then again, if I took one of those onto there, it would take twice as long to grow, so it would not be advantageous to us at this time. So we're going to keep what the game default wants. Oh hey, Assyria. Okay, so Assyria is hanging out down there. They can be warlike at times, and oh, looks like they're doing great. And they're going honor too, so we gotta watch out. Let's see what are the Polish doing. They're going piety. Okay, I don't think we're gonna try to get religion with Poland going piety right next to us, because that's one way to piss them off royally, is to get a religion right next to them. Okay. Is that a border? No, it's not a border. The Danish aren't here. We're getting an interesting world. A lot of the usual players are not in the house, so to speak. But yeah, with our new buff, we're going to be killing it with these spearmen, you know. We're going to be slapping them around. But then again, they have the numbers, so we have to really not venture too far out. Eventually the goal is we're going to have a pretty big area scouted. We're going to know when barbarians spawn, and we're going to be able to spank them pretty quick. So, like, as soon as they spawn, we're going to be able to set a thing over there. Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure it's recording. Nobody freak out. Nobody panic. Alright, we can't get over there just yet, but... Alright. So we can do the 1-2 punch. Get rid of this guy. And see, that's how things are moved efficiently. Where am I going? I wanted to go to Africa. That's not the way. That's okay, though. Alright. Yeah, I really want to get to those ruins, but it's just not possible. Okay. So, let's get down there. The cotton fields of the Mesopotamia. Alright, you swing around here so we can take a look around. You guys need to be fortified, because we are going to be going up there. And our third scout is going to be done. I could go for 4 scouts, but that's a little bit overkill, even for this map. And keep in mind, you do have to spend money. Nineveh, however you pronounce that. But, okay, this guy, we're going to send down here and across. He's going to be our Asian explorer. So yeah, we got one guy in Europe, one guy going to go to Africa. Sorry, no. Oh, you know what? We don't have writing yet, but we will very soon. We'll be able to make embassies with everyone that we have here, you know. Jerusalem. Hey, buddy. Okay. Which means that Africa is not far. So, I wonder if they're going to try to invade Jerusalem at one point. They are rather close. As far as us and the idea of aggressive wars, I don't know. I really hope that Poland decides to expand west. Oh, nope. Nope, they're expanding near us. Okay. Hopefully, settling right here is not going to be seen by them as an aggressive move, but it's pretty close. The thing is, we're going to have conflict with Poland one way or another, so we're just going to have to prepare ourselves for that. Okay, so you... Ooh, ruins. Riga desires porcelain, which you can only get by trading with another city-state, or befriending a city-state. So, that's not going to be something that we're even going to be thinking about for a while. Okay, we're 3 turns away from getting our worker, because that's going to be the next thing we go for. Oh man, this granary is taking a while. But we are going to need it, I think. But, you know what? Yeah, build an archer first. Then build an archer after that, too. Because we're really going to need to ammo up. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to cross into Africa. So we're going to piss Jerusalem off temporarily, but they'll get over it. We're still early on in the game. Oh, we find out where another guy is. So that's going to be someone to spank. And Mount Sinai almost always ends up in the hands of Jerusalem, the city-state. So no one's really going to be benefiting from that religion buff. Oh, hi, Babylon. Fancy meeting you here. So yeah, the Middle East tends to be pretty crowded also. And Babylon and the Assyrians might be going at it. Man, and the idea of us getting a pantheon is getting more and more unlikely every day. But yep, right there. Basically, if you build a city on this spot or this spot, you get the Suez Canal. You basically have built it. But the chance of us doing that as Russia is pretty unlikely. The chance of anyone doing it actually is pretty unlikely. People generally aren't smart enough to realize that, or they're not programmed to realize that. Okay, we're going to head our way towards that encampment. Keep in mind, this is just how nuts this barbarians are, you know. We're 55 turns in, and we've been fighting this encampment for like probably 2/3 of that time, and we haven't gotten it. But you know what? Down here, it's kind of far away. But this is an area that we might consider building. Just because plenty of food, we got horses. Production would still be kind of shitty. But everything else would be kind of alright, I think. But yeah, Jerusalem's angry, but like I said, they'll get over it because the influence gets closer to 0, and within 5 or 6 turns, we'll all be good friends again. Oh no. Okay, we just gotta sort of tiptoe by these guys. Alright. Poland's gonna prevent us from going that way. The cool thing is you can sort of sick 2 guys on people at the same time and you get both the animations at once. It's pretty neat. Alright. We're going out into Central Asia. If we find the Huns out there, we might have another group of people to worry about. But yeah. We are still going to put a city there. You know, Poland can just be mad if they want to be mad. Alright, well, we've got better stuff for you. You go that way. Alright. We are going to kill him completely, which is helpful. Alright. I believe this is the Caspian Sea. No, wait. This is the Caspian Sea. No, this is the Caspian Sea. Black Sea, Caspian Sea. I forget. I don't know what sea that is. Okay. But we are going to get our worker, who is going to be running a lot for a while, probably. Speaking of running, wow. Poland, you're a dick. We have to go all the way around. And don't let this fool you. We can't go around. We can't go through these places. Actually, you know what? We should probably dip into Southern Europe. Check it out. So we're actually going to backtrack a little bit. And go around this way. Okay. I'm kind of scared to go down there, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, we're going to wait on that. So we're just going to build a farm over here. Right, heading down through Egypt. And speaking of Egypt, hey buddy, we're going to be meeting Egypt next turn. Gotta love these guys. Alright, yeah. It's time to start building embassies. You are my friend. So yep, we know Egypt now. So we might as well go down through the things and make friends. Oh look, they put Barcelona in essentially the right spot. How rare is that, right? Alright, Spain. We have no... Oh, they don't have writing yet? Interesting. Yeah, some people will just ignore writing for a while. But we'll see who has it. Wow, a lot of people don't have writing. That is pretty wild. Poland, you gotta have writing though, right? No. You're still going piety. We already have an embassy with you. Portugal. Yeah, we can make an embassy. Which is very nice because it shows you some land. So Portugal is going to be our friend. I'm pretty sure. Don't know about anyone else. I don't plan to be very offensive in this game, but, you know, situations do change. So, it is entirely possible we are going to be... And also, you can't help when people invade you, so we might have to be fighting some guys. Greece has gone honor. Let's see what else. Everyone's gone. Rome's gone liberty. Babylon's going piety also. Portugal's going piety. Venice is going piety. Egypt is going piety. Poland is going piety. Byzantium is going piety. Okay, there is 0% chance. Very close to 0% chance we're getting a religion in this game, so we're just going to have to hope that whatever religion we end up getting is quality. Alright, you kill him. So then you can both heal up. Also, we get culture from killing barbarians. I forgot to mention that little perk. Let's take the southerly route. Oh, never mind. Turn around. Yeah. Hopefully we'll find an encampment that will upgrade our fellow to get some more power, you know. Pantheon founded yet again. Yeah, you see all this, and every time that somebody founds a pantheon, it makes this less likely, makes it harder, it pushes that number back. By the way, for anyone who's curious, I am using a UI mod, and I can tell you it's a lot better actually. Oh, yeah, we're not going to get any peace. We gotta fight this asshole. Alright. Alright, we're taking the northerly route, I guess. Got salt over here. So yeah, let's try to fill in some of these spaces. We know that Venice is never going to expand. Of course, they're going to eventually buy city-states. There aren't even that many city-states in Europe. Usually Europe is a lot more crowded of a continent than it turns out to be here. But I'm not complaining. Okay. Let's head deeper into Africa, see what we can find. And you... Actually, yeah, you kill him. And you fortify. We might end up settling here in the hard north, but it's not really a prime spot for most things. Alright, let's get that cleared out. So we're actually pretty good on Western Europe. It's now Central and Southern Europe that we can see more of. Alright. More pantheons being founded. So yeah, let's go along the Sahara before anywhere else. We're really traveling. This is the Gobi Desert, I think, over here. Alright. So let's sneak down. Yeah, there's no far... Oh, basically everyone has pretty much the same culture. They want us to find Greece? Well, we're going to. They're right down there. Okay. So we really only have a small number of city-states in Europe. Yeah, Poland, you are worrisome. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we're going that way. Very often, though, you'll find barbarians squatting on those places. I don't know if they're programmed to do it, but they do it a lot. Oh, run away from you. Oh, hi, Siam. Now, these guys are dicks, too, because they always buy up city-states, and they've found a lot of cities. No lie, I've seen 25 city Siam empires. Ironically, they only have one right now, but expect that to change. Expect that to change for sure. My goodness. Alright, so we're gonna get to those goodies very soon. As you can see, I'm very much paying attention to the rest of the world more than I am my own capital. But you know, the rest of the world is very interesting. It's very pedantic right now. I don't know if pedantic is the right word to use in this context. Yeah, we can actually get to Krakow. And very likely Poland will want to trade with us too. It always just seems less common than it should that people trade with the human player. Makes me sad, makes me lonely. But what can you do? Alright. Let's hope nobody squats on this before I get a chance. Almaty. There you go. Buddies. Siam, they're way down here, but they somehow think they can protect Almaty. Yeah, let's do it. Build an embassy. They always look like a fried egg on the menu. Oh, and here we go already. No, we're not going to be starting wars anytime soon. Poland is protecting Riga. Wouldn't be surprised if Poland tried to invade Riga at some point. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? We got sailing. Excellent. Which means we can actually build a second... Alright, let's do some more planning. We want to have more archers. How long before we get to bronze working? It's going to be a while, so... I have to build this archer. Let's just build another warrior. Do we want another warrior? I don't know. We can upgrade him to a swordsman eventually. Why not? We need warm bodies protecting our city. Then we'll build another caravan. And we'll get our library at that point. But you know what? At some point we're going to have to interrupt all that. In fact, you know what? Nah, yeah, we're doing it now. Settler. We are going to be ready to found our second city. Yeah, we got to get that going. Or else the Poles are going to grab all the good spots. Nobody wants that. Okay. You make your way through these mountains. Honestly don't know what that mountain chain is. IRL. At least from that picture. Who's down there? Antium. Interesting. The Romans have gone down to... I don't know. Is that Croatia? Where that is? Or is that... It's Croatia or Montenegro, or maybe it's even Albania. But all those countries down in that area. Yeah, you can tell that Rome and Venice are not going to be friends, given how close they are to one another. Okay, let's take a look up here. That's also, like, this spot just looks really appealing, you know, to settle in. Of course, being Russia, it's unlikely that we're going to be the ones to do it. But that's sort of like the trade-off. The more crowded lands are usually the better lands, and the more spacious lands are the lands with less resources. Alright, so you are an archer. You're going to hang out in our capital until we need you. Okay, can you fight you? Let's not, actually. Yeah, you... Actually, you go on that way. Ooh, look at what we have there. Looks very nice. We are splitting our guys up, and we are really seriously in trouble with money. Holy crap. So we're probably going to get a science hit. Man, this might not be the best start I've ever had to this game, but I'm a slow starter. Oh, look at that. It's very close to our barbarian encampment. Alright. Well, that's going to help us a load while we're waiting for a settler. But we're going to take the risk of sending you down there. I think you'll be safe. Alright. So let's grab this. Ooh, we got more people for our capital. Yeah, we've really got to get these caravans built. So, a little nervous about bumping them up too far. In fact, yeah, we're bumping them way up. We're bumping them way up. Okay. It's very tight mountains down there. Hi, Greece. Well, we found you. Hope that city-state's gonna enjoy that. Oh man, so many religious people. No one's founded a religion yet. If Ethiopia's in your game, they're gonna found a religion before anyone, but as far as I know, no Ethiopia. Well, there's some gold to forestall our calamity a little bit more. We've almost got this camp beat. stalemate. Makes me nervous, but let's give a good whack at it. Then we can heal up and try again. Okay. Let's make our way up the coast. Looks pretty good. Yeah, hopefully we have enough money in the bank to keep the country going until we can get those trade routes up. I have a bad feeling that no one's going to be wanting to trade with us. Oh man, Poland, you dicks. You see what I mean? Poland really crowds you. They get really, really touchy with you. Speaking of Poland, do you have... You still don't have writing. You creeps. Yeah, Poland is going to be our main rival in this game, especially in the early years. Alright, so that's done. We can send you back over here. Whereas you thread your way through these mountains. We're going to go... can we do it? Yeah! Charge! And we got that camp. We got an encampment for Riga, which means they're our friends. Everything is looking a little bit better today. And I can think of no better way to end this episode, this super long episode, than on that happy note. So, 60 turns in. I think we're doing a good job. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you later.